Okay, Rita, Daphne here. Thank you for keeping going with us. Well done. It's really good to have as much practice as you can. Okay, let's look at this. In many workplaces, online communication is now more common than face-to-face meetings. Do the advantages outweigh the disadvantages? There's no doubt that online chatting has become profoundly popular, especially during last year. There are two main benefits from this trend: a reduction in the amount of pollution, as workers do not need to communicate to workforce, and businesses can resume their work even at a difficult time of disasters. However, there are a few drawbacks, such as social isolation. Wow, good start. That's a lovely, very detailed introduction. Really good. Now, just one thing here. You said online chatting. Now, for me, there's a big difference between online chatting and workplace communication. Remember, always in the title, read carefully, highlight like this the key words. So workplaces. So this is not just talking to your friends. Really, really important. And when you're talking about social isolation, we need to keep this idea of workers. So I would go online meeting. I think you can say that word. So instead of online chatting, there's no doubt that online meetings and contact or negotiating, something like that, has become profoundly popular, especially during the last year. And I would say e-businesses. So make sure that we've got this idea, make sure we've got this idea of the workplace, especially during the last year. There are two main benefits from this trend: the reduction in the amount of pollution. I don't think you necessarily need to give all that detail there, because you might be going to say that again here, and amount of pollution, and so the two main benefits of this trend: a reduction in the amount of pollution, and the fact that businesses can resume their work even at difficult time disasters. Good. Really, really nice. Otherwise, absolutely lovely. And you may have space for that, you may not. Okay, well done. One reason why communication via the internet plays such a crucial role in today's world is that companies worldwide can carry on with their business when they cannot be physically present. And then physically, the adverb has to come in between here. Be physically present at their workplace. Watch out for the articles. Wrong ways in my career plays a crucial role in today's world is that good. This means employers can ensure that their work still thrives. The work is that work still thrives and can make profit in order to sustain themselves. Okay, that work still thrives and they remain profitable. Profitable and viable is a really lovely word. A viable business is a business that can still sustain itself. So that's quite nice. Rather than repeating can, always instead of can, remember we like could, we like might, and we like may. So can I don't really like, but I really, really like these. They're more sophisticated. So think about using those. And instead of that phrase, you could have these two really lovely adjectives: profitable and viable. So if you don't know those, I'd write them down. They're really useful. For instance, numerous numbers of industries. Ooh, not both. Numerous industries. Numerous industries such as hairdressers, dentists, and restaurants were shut down. Lovely passive. During the last year, just last year, due to the pandemic, don't start with resulting in losing their businesses since they could not resume work online. Okay, resulting in closure due to the inability to work online. Okay, so what I've done there is take out they. Sometimes when we have they, it just makes it a bit heavy. If you look, this is neater. So due to something, which is like a noun, I'm using a noun phrase, due to this, rather than because they could not. Look how long this is, since they could not resume. So I wouldn't have that resulting in closure. So I've said closure instead. Okay. In addition, working online can have a huge impact on the environment. Yes, individuals, so join this, as individuals can work from their homes and do not require to travel. Okay. Again, as workers can work from home, instead of they do not require, so meaning that travel or commuting is no longer necessary. So always think with IELTS, IELTS loves nouns. So rather than having they, we've got commuting. Commuting is no longer necessary. You kind of have to rethink a little bit how you write. So every time you're about to put they, think, okay, could I change that? So rather than they do not have to travel, meaning that commuting is no longer necessary, it's definitely neater. It is definitely more like a Band 7 style. However, hence, reducing the number of people who drive to work. Yes, absolutely, lovely. Really good, Rita. Fab, I love this. However, despite the advantages mentioned above, connecting people online can have a detrimental effect on individuals' lives. So individuals, go employees. Keep this in the workplace. They may become socially isolated, lacking. So again, we don't need that. Lacking face-to-face communications, which is vital in building effective communication skills that every person needs. Being socially isolated, lovely, could cause some mental issues since employers could spend long hours working. They do not have the opportunity to interact with colleagues at lunchtime, thus resulting in being lonely at home and feeling depressed. Good. Moreover, workers could be distracted by their surroundings at home. Yes, they often have children. And take the advantage of being you don't need to have and they, just keep going. Take the advantage of being at home and do not send their youngsters to nurseries. They're not focused on their tasks, absolutely. In conclusion, it appears that working online can have a positive effect. However, I believe that's an absolutely lovely essay. That is your best by far. Rita, fantastic. You don't need, you could cut this a little bit. There's some of this that could be tidied up, if you see what I'm trying to do here. But basically, really, really good. You've answered the question very fully. The flow of the paragraphs is nice. I think this is working better, this hence here, rather than thus. Well done. Really, really nice. Examples. What we're missing, be careful here. Sometimes it says using examples. So don't forget how to do that on the template that Ben gives you. If it says use examples, you do need to put that in. But that is a really, really nice bit of writing. Good work.